What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday night. It is time for Pop Force 1. I say we already got some great people here in the chat. What's going on? The Blind Boxing. Evelyn is here. Anna's here. Travis is here. A lot of people here early. We appreciate that, guys. Popping Unboxes in the house. What's going on? David Brewer, John Bradbury is here, Jeremy McGinnis, Pipsqueak Collectibles, Steven, aka Down Under Collecting. Guys, we are so happy that you were able to join us. We took last week, or at least myself and Rock and Row took last week off because of Christmas. So it is good to be back. The four of us are all here, ready to go. We got a big night. We're going to be talking about the best that Funko had to offer here in 2022. It's also the last Pop Force 1 live of 2022, which is pretty crazy. Patrick, what's going on? DC Animal, my man James, Magma's here. What's up, Mark? So many great people jumping in here. That's right. Happy Thursday. What's going on, Riley? Guys, thank you so much. John, what's up? Says can't stick around tonight, but want to jump in and say hi. Thank you so much, John. We really appreciate it. Guys, smash that like button because it is time to welcome in the other three members, Rock and Row, the Poppin' Duo, and Professor Josh.
Hello, everyone.
What's up? What's going on?
Happy Thursday.
Just trying to buy something real quick. Right back.
All right, hold on. Very important.
Give me 1
Is there
second,
anything
guys.
good we should buy too? Hold on.
Well, you know what? It's a drop at our local store. I gotta message them.
Oh, is that my
I'm not
pops?
telling you what I'm getting yet.
Ooh. All right, everybody, quiet on the set. He's got to buy a pop here.
Hopefully, it's the right one.
Yeah, Jetman, all four PFO members, all of us dropped a video today. It's not coordinated in any way, but all four of us did drop videos today. So definitely go check us out after the live stream. Did you get it, Vince?
We're gonna find out. We'll find out during the stream. I'm sure they will get back here and let me know if I was first to claim that one.
Nice. Dr. John, what's going on? Jeffrey's here. What's up, Lewis? So many great people. Kelser Jelly, thank you so much for coming on by. Oh, David says, I actually bought a pop and a puck the other night on Whatnot. Oh, your rail manager. Thank you so much, David. That's awesome. We really appreciate that. Thank you so much for letting me know. Yeah, I know a lot of people have different usernames or names from YouTube to Whatnot to Instagram. So yeah, if we don't seem to be as familiar with you as we should, just give us a heads up. We might recognize a different name. So Ryan, what's going on? Chesnick. Riley says, anyone get Grails for Christmas? I was gifted Freddy as Loki. Definitely one of my favorite Freddys. That's a beautiful pop. Congratulations.
That's a good one.
Nice.
What about you guys? Did you guys get any Funko stuff for Christmas?
I got a brand new Vince prototype soda today.
Ooh. That sounds...
The Ted Lasso.
Yeah, that does kind of look like me with
Vince, if you had your mustache, it would be
honestly,
perfect.
yeah, I could see it.
Come on now.
I could see it. I was gifted this from Ryan.
I saw that.
I saw that. That was crazy.
I mean, look at this thing.
That's
Ryan.
ridiculous.
Oh my God, I could stare at this all night. You guys do whatever you want. I'm just going to be here.
Can I say how well they did not diamonding like certain parts of the pop? Because sometimes you see the like certain pops nowadays, the whole thing is diamond, where like clearly certain parts only.
Did you see the flocking on the Jawa?
Yeah, it was amazing.
Oh, it's so good. It's beautiful.
William says, my wife and I pulled the gingerbread Jack Skellington Chase soda. There you go.
I love that soda.
I'm sorry. Sorry to hear that.
Me and Josh are team gingerbread. I know you guys put that at the bottom of your list.
You guys got to go back to my video and read some of the comments. They're amazing.
Yeah, people were defending that soda really well. Some people were saying that that soda was way better than some of the other ones we got. You know, everyone's allowed to have their own opinion. I was just not a fan. I know Jim
and I got one that said, I think it looks like a 3-year-old made it. So
it's kind of what I love about it, I think.
Kind of true.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I got the Sanctum Sanctorum Lego set. That's awesome.
So have you guys noticed we haven't heard from Funko much at all?
They're on break.
Well, no. Also, I'm wondering what's going on with their social media team.
Yeah,
too.
like Ashley won't even return my messages anymore.
Like, you remember some people kind of disappeared on that
Yeah.
were like Funko employees, and they had that new job posted. So I think they're redoing that team. Maybe.
Ooh,
So,
that's
I didn't even know Mariotti came back. So when did that happen?
Couple weeks.
yeah,
Like,
a month
was
ago
that-
or so.
Was that a big announcement or something? I didn't even hear about it.
Yeah.
I mean, not huge announcement, but we're all happy.
it was big in the Funko world. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. I heard it through the grapevine. I didn't really hear it like, boom, here we go. Like, what
I
happened? He
saw
just
it.
came back?
I saw it through Yahoo News. I don't know if that's like
Oh.
official news source.
Yeah, Chad picked up the old Moon Knight chase last night or the
That
other
was
night.
huge. Yeah, that was huge. That's a great buy.
Also, I don't think Funko really like announces a ton of stuff during this time. Like,
Yeah.
you
Well,
have
not
some
even
of the
that,
toy
just-
shows coming up. We'll have Funko Ween probably around the corner. We'll have
Yeah.
you know, cons coming up around the corner. So January's Q1 for them. So it'll be interesting to see what they kick off the new year. Hopefully they get their shipping stuff worked out at their warehouse. I think that's a
Seems
big
like
thing
they're
for them.
starting. Well, you know what? I heard like that chopper that released the other day that sold out right away. I heard that was shipping already for people, so that's good. We just got our Hulk 3-liter in today, so
Yeah, so did I. I'm excited to open those up.
yeah. That watching Jim's video, and I seen a couple. That looks better in person. Well,
it looks fantastic compared to
looks
the glam
better than
shop.
I
It looks
expected it to be.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good. I still have not pulled a chase for myself still, so
We've
I
gotten
did them all.
crazy.
Yeah,
I did
but
them all.
the thing about that one is though, I mean, obviously the chase is pretty cool, but the common is
Yeah.
really good. A much better representation of the Hulk compared to the 4-inch soda, you know?
Yeah.
No, it looks good. It was really popular too.
Going on golden. I saw a lot of people dropping in the chat some stuff they got for Christmas, which is awesome.
And the great thing about that one is there is no weight difference. So
Yeah, so you can
you
retail.
know, if you buy one sealed, you have a chance. So
Yeah, I like that. I have 2 left, 2 sealed ones left. I think I'm gonna let Lexi open both of them because my luck is terrible on 3 liters.
It's tough. It's tough to pull those.
yeah.
But I did
Travis got
find
a
out,
perfect pull on the Two-Face soda.
what I saw. I don't know, Josh, if you saw the video when I showed off the box for the 3 liters, how they're packed.
Yeah.
4 to a case. So
Yeah.
I don't know how the chases are put into those boxes.
Are they 1 and 4? Are they
Yeah.
not in the boxes at all? Are
Right.
they like separate box for cases?
You end up with
That's-
2 in one box.
I'm thinking they're 4 and 4, you know?
1 in 8 chance? Who knows?
Yeah.
Or maybe they have a bigger box even, so it's like 4, like you know how the master case you get 6 cases. So
Maybe like
there's-
24.
Yeah, 24 and a 4 in there.
Oh, that'd be a huge box.
That's a
That'd
big
be-
box.
I just like it personally. I know other people don't like it for this reason, but I like it that you can't buy a case of 3-liter sodas. So, and especially with the ones where there's no weight difference, there's no way to rig it like it is. And I think that's why it's more exciting to see them opened up because there's no guarantee.
Yeah. T Dizzle got my chase on Whatnot. She pulled it.
That was super exciting watching you open up all those. That was really exciting.
Yeah.
Inca Fett Jello. What's going on? Which con would be the first one to kick off next year? I'm a brand new collector. That would be, well, it's usually Emerald City Comic Con.
March, right?
But we're also going to have Toy Fair where they announce a lot of reveals. The last few years have been a little weird.
When did Funkoween happen? Like,
Funkoween announcements happen in like February, March, and then
February for October stuff.
Yeah, which is weird. So, honestly, just stick around. We'll see what happens in 2023.
I think every month you'll get some kind of decent announcements.
Well, Funko's like the new bowl games. You know, there's a con for everything nowadays.
There's also WonderCon, which is like a little baby con.
That's got good sodas.
Bigger though. I feel it's been getting bigger. Like it was nothing before. It was like 2 things.
Funko Tech says, "Why do the 3 liters need to be so big?" I'm right there with you. They are massive. We only have 5 of them, and I feel like we're just out of room.
I don't think the figures themselves seem like too crazy. I think it's the 3 liter bottle. That's what's crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah, the bottle.
it's hard
We're
to
not
fit
doing
anywhere.
the bottles.
Like the figure itself doesn't seem too bad. Like when you look at it, it's not too bad. But
so Steven says the Hulk does not look like the Hulk in the 3 liter. It looks like a brick, but that's just me. I think with the amount of room they have in the 3 liter, the mold could have been a lot better. I don't know what it is, but I feel like Steven and I have been disagreeing on like everything soda related in the past like 6 months. So
Good job, Steven. Way to go, buddy.
I think the Hulk looks good. I definitely think they could have done something with the mold a little bit different, you know.
It's
I think
definitely
it's so big, it's
stylized.
hard.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like the Marvel stuff just doesn't translate that well to the sodas, regardless.
Yeah,
But I do. The Hulk I prefer over most of the sodas for Marvel.
Yeah, everybody seems like they like the Hulk so far.
Yeah, I thought it was better than I expected. Let's put
It was
that way.
great. It was great. They kept it to 5,000 pieces.
I like that too.
So what 3 liter do you think is the best looking so far? So
I haven't got one in person, but I think the Hulk might be my favorite so far.
Maleficent for me, just
Maleficent.
because I'm a Disney
Yeah.
fan, but
and that diamond looks so good. That
Yeah.
How did I
diamond-
forget about that
diamond
already?
face. Like a good like that you're talking about how it has glitter on the right places. It's not
Yeah.
all covered in glitter. It's just like it looks really good.
Yeah, the
Yeah, I don't
Maleficent
know.
chase is probably one of God, that had to be one of the best things that we pulled this year.
yeah,
I mean, I
it's
was
one
that
of
blown
mine.
away by that.
I actually had to have somebody send me one. Somebody sent me theirs because they didn't want it, but I pulled one at the con, but it wasn't mine. It was somebody else let me open there.
Yeah, it's
Alumni
awesome.
07 says the Hulk is awesome. I think the rest are pretty say so. Okay, very interesting. I don't know. It's hard to pick one, to be honest, because I think the Iron Giant looked pretty good. Like
It looks
in
like the
terms
Iron
of-
Giant.
Yeah, in terms of like what the character should look like, but I don't know. I'm very impartial to Marvel, so I'm really excited to open the Hulk.
I like the Iron Giant chase with the car. Looks really good.
Yeah, the chase with the car is fantastic.
So what would be our first Star Wars like 3 liter? Do you think? Or not the we already had the one.
Besides
We
the
have the
Wampa?
Wampa, but what's next? Like could we do a Jabba the Hutt sideways? Like our first sideways?
I don't think they're that creative. I don't think they'll do it sideways.
Yeah, I don't
I
either.
don't know. You could have some fun with it. Like that could be
Chewbacca. They got to do a flock Chewbacca.
I don't think
Well, you
He's not
can't.
big
I don't
enough.
know. Like Chewbacca's not the
Yeah.
size of a Wampa. Like a Wampa's huge. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the thing that they have to keep in mind is like, to me at least, like the size comparison. And they already kind of ruined that with the Hulk because we got the regular Hulk soda. And now we have the giant one. But I think the giant one will look good with the other like Marvel sodas around it. Like that would make sense to me.
And
Same thing with
Funko-
Juggernaut, like Juggernaut with all the X-Men sodas.
Funko slowed down on the 10 inches too, so that's good.
I think they're realizing that people don't have as much room. Stores don't want that big a product taking up that much shelf space.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I like that you're only seeing what like maybe one a con kind of thing. Like for the con ones come out, like they'll have one and it's usually a bigger retailer. It's gonna be GameStop, Target, something like that. Walmart, it would be like one of those. Stay Puft, yeah, Stay Puft would be good, even though they already made them.
Stay Puft will be good. I definitely don't think we need a 3-liter Vader. That's too
Nah.
big. A Freddy Funko 3-liter, I can get behind that. Absolutely. Yeah, Jabba would be awesome. I don't know what the next. I would think a Rancor would be cool. Oh, there's Steven said it, Rancor.
Yeah,
Could see
If
that.
they did a
Oh,
10-inch soda, I mean, well, a 10-inch is pretty much a 3-liter.
Yeah,
pretty
that's
much
their
what
version.
it is.
They're pretty darn close. I'm looking at the Maleficent one right now. Yeah, I mean they're pretty close.
Yeah.
Not as girthy as the 10
it's,
inch.
it's like a little bigger than a 6 inch. Or yeah, A little
Yeah.
bigger, like height wise. I'm thinking,
It's taller, a little more slender.
yeah,
Tarful, yeah, that'd be
it's
good.
in between a 6 and a 10.
I'm still waiting for that 3-liter Hulkbuster. Yes, absolutely.
That
I want
is a
that would be
must.
killer.
That has to happen.
They probably will never do it. 3-liter Super Shredder. Chat's flying tonight. 3-liter Snow Ghost. Everybody, see, it's funny. Everybody wants, or everybody has all these 3-liter ideas. Then they'll drop something, and people are like, I don't want it. That sucks.
It'd be
Hey,
the
that's
3-liter
fine.
Care Bear. Or
That's
something.
fine. More for me.
I think there's just so much hype behind the Hulk because it's two technically different characters with the common and the chase. And the perfect thing for me is it's 5,000 pieces. Like that to me is what the max piece count should be for these things.
Yeah.
It's so crazy that they're less than the con piece counts, like for those. So, like, I was surprised that. I wonder if they were thinking about that for a con and it didn't come in time or something.
I would love to know. There's a few questions I would love to know from Funko, but like, how do they determine the piece count? Is it a contract thing? Is it
Is it a licensing?
Is it a marketing guy that's sitting back there and go, let me get a dart out and throw it and see where it lands on? Like,
there's a lot of questions like that. I'd love to sit down and ask questions like that.
Yeah.
Actually, everybody in the chat, what if you could ask Funko, if you could sit down with Brian Mariotti, Mike Becker for like 5 minutes, what would be the most burning question you have?
Who does his hair? I want to know that. Like I do have the new can art of 2022, the best can art. And it came in late, like real late to the game in 2022, and it's Moon Knight. I mean, the can art is absolutely
Moon Knight's amazing, and it's about what, like 8 months behind from the show?
Yeah. A little late.
Can
You'll
we
still see
stop
Moon
with
Knight.
Funko Gold?
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, what a question right there.
You know, I did see a collection though of Funko Gold, like a bunch of them all together. It looked pretty sweet. They do look, you know, if you're into that kind of thing, and with them like all side by side, they did look pretty sweet. I
They
still
almost
don't know
looking
one
the same though. They're the same mold, you know.
Yeah, it's just repainted. Where's Asajj Ventress? I know. I'm right there with you on that. Why was the first licensed Freddy Funko Soda Squid Game? Yeah, that's another good question.
That is a good question. You know what?
Somebody loves Squid Games over there.
Yeah, bring on all the 3-liter Transformers. That would be cool. Will you please reduce production numbers on all products? Well, that would mean less money for them. So
I feel like they're going the opposite direction of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And unfortunately, I think it's going to keep going.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't mind if they have a mix. I think it's good to have a mix, like have limited and have not limited stuff. Like, you need to kind of have a good mix.
Yeah, I think you know what I'm seeing some releases coming up over this next 12 months. They're restocking stuff from 2016 and 2017. I've seen some of these things getting leaked, and man, I don't like that.
I don't think you'd get a lot of, like, if you don't have stuff that's easily attainable, you're not going to get as many new collectors in the start, you know, because they're not going to be able to get any of the stuff. They're not going to know how the Funko drops work, or know how the NFT drops work, or know how, you know, to get a certain limited piece at somewhere. They're going to never get it, so they're never going to start. But we all started somewhere. Someone bought us a Funko Pop, or we got one gifted to us, or we grabbed one because we liked the character or something like that. So if they, like, I know none of us started with a limited piece, right? No one started with a, 1,000 piece Funko Pop. They probably started with a common Funko Pop that we all started, a Star Wars, a Marvel, whatever you like. So.
Kelso Jelly has a really interesting question. Would you guys be okay if they decreased piece counts but raised the MSRP?
I would within reason.
Retail price.
Isn't that what they did with the NFTs, kind of?
Yeah, I mean, that is what they did.
They kind of did the opposite with sodas, because they raised the price on sodas, and now we're getting the unlimited ones. So
yeah,
Kind of the job.
I'm surprised they didn't have. So with the unlimited, why can't they be a cheaper? Kind of like Funko Pops. The
Right.
regular Funko Pop sells for $12.
Right.
Exclusive sells for 15 on the Funko Shop. Shouldn't the non-exclusive sodas sell for only
Get out of there,
$12?
Stella.
Yeah, why can't they be like $8 because they're just going to keep pumping them out?
But think about it. Don't you think those are going to hit the discount places like everything else, though? Because I mean, look at the amount of stuff that, I feel like they're, on one hand, they're kind of, I don't want to say cheapening the brand type of thing, but when you're finding more and more stuff sitting on the shelf and they're not going to move that stuff through, yes, I think it's good for the new collector that stuff is easily obtainable, but there is that delicate balance where you start to just, I don't know. I think it could go both ways.
The blind boxing, itty bitty sodas and pops are still going to happen. They're going to be at, I don't remember what quarter it was going to be, but they are coming out this year or next year.
It was Q3. It was no rush. Yeah. A lot of the stuff they say, they give us like little bits of information. They don't talk about it for a while. And then come September, like they'll drop like 50 of those itty bitty sodas. Like they'll just all come out at once. 5 years ago, I never thought I would have a Barnes & Noble pop display sign. All right, interesting. Yeah, I was kind of horrified. I dropped a hunt video yesterday, and I found pops in a wheelbarrow at Five Below. And I guess a bunch of people messaged me, and they were like, that's just how they do it. Like, don't be super surprised.
Pretty normal.
Yeah. I didn't, but I just kind of think that, like, kind of to whoever just said it about cheapening the brand, like that's how I kind of feel like it is now. Like,
well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
it's a toy company. That's where they're going. It's sad.
Yeah, no,
really.
Jim, and I think you said it right there. They're becoming a toy company and not a collectible company, and maybe that. I think they are going to, and we might have talked about it a couple of weeks ago or whatever, but I think they're going to have those different tiers. You're going to have your Five Below commons and stuff like that. And then you're going to have, the more high-end product, which is, I'm saying, unfortunately, I love the NFTs, but not everybody does. And I don't think everybody should have to love something to be a collect. You know what I mean? Love something that you don't want to, some people just want, and I guess you could still go out and just buy them if you wanted to at a higher premium, but I don't know.
It was really interesting, at least for me, to see after us being in New York Comic Con, and you see people standing in line for 6 hours for a brand new con exclusive. It's impressive the range that Funko now has, going from like con exclusives, people flying from all over the world to New York Comic Con, standing in line for 6 hours, and then just driving down the road to like your local Five Below, and they have pops in a wheelbarrow. So it's like a very wide spectrum of where we are right now.
It really reminds me of like Hot Wheels. So Hot Wheels have, they're available everywhere. You can find them, everywhere. They'll put them in a big old barrel of stuff and throw them in there, right? But then they also have like their premium exclusive like Hot Wheels club that you can join and be a part of and get special drops on and special things. So I think you always have like those collectors that are looking for the high-end stuff or the hunt for the treasure, ones and things like that. So I think there's kind of like looking at some of those kind of things as well. You always, essentially at Five Below, those are toys. They're not collectibles. They're just toys in a box. So most people, they think, will take them out of the box.
So David has a good question here. I think this would be really well suited for Josh and Vince, because I know they buy a lot more NFTs than we do. David says, I would love to know how you can get the pops that have NFTs. So really, if you could explain it to somebody in like 3 sentences or less, how would you do that?
Well, if I had to, this is what I would say. For the most part, if you just want the pops and you don't care and it doesn't excite you to open up the packs, like the Alpha drop was a good example. So forget the Grail. The Grail, you will either have to buy the packs or you're going to spend a couple $100s for the Grail. If you just want legendaries, which are the redeemable, cards for the pops, the legendaries are relatively inexpensive. You could get a lot of them, 2 or 3 of them at least for $30 to $50. I think all 4 of the last, the elf drop. So it's not crazy expensive to get those, and you're getting a limited pop. So that's what I would do. I would just go and buy the legendaries. Now, if you don't want to get into NFTs at all, you're unfortunately going to have to go on the secondary market. Secondary market, I would say, is always going to be more expensive than getting them, because exactly what I'm saying. It's a little more complicated, and it's really not that complicated if I could figure it out. But it's a little more complicated to try to pick those up before they're released, and then you have to get them on the secondary or third-dairy market, whatever.
Well, there's a process, so it's kind of tough to explain. But yeah, I mean, I think you did a good job.
That was
one,
way
you
more
get
than
lucky.
3 sentences.
2, you buy it. You buy it in the aftermarket for a little more. 3, you buy it again in the aftermarket once they're redeemed for a little more than that. And then 4, you buy it when they come out, and who knows, it could be up or down. Most likely up for a while, but we still haven't seen long term what happens with these that are legendaries that are 2,000 pieces or so, instead of the legendaries that are 1,000, 1,500 piece, a grail that's 9. All the grails are 999, like supposed to be. But
just do what I do. Send Josh $100 and say, "Get me the soda that came out in the NFT."
There you go.
That's what I did.
The only crummy part about NFTs is that if you don't know what you're doing, people who can obtain crypto, etc., can easily prey on your lack of knowledge. So please do your research first. That's a very good statement. I mean, I think that applies to any sort of Funko product these days. You definitely got to do your research ahead of time. So,
David, they're all on the Wax blockchain. So if you're familiar with NFTs and that kind of thing, you're going to find it on the Wax blockchain.
Blind Boxing says, I think the NFTs are a scam because you're not guaranteed a legendary, and some of the pops already exist in stores, but are just different colors, like the Furby pop, for example. Well,
and that's why some of them aren't going for as much too. It just depends. Some of them aren't worth that much. Some only like you can buy them for $30 to redeem them. You can buy them for those other ones are really like the Freddy Halloween is a great example.
They're definitely not a scam. I mean, put it this way: you go buy a box of baseball cards that say you have a chance of getting an autograph in it. If I don't get an autograph, it's not a scam. I knew that I may or may not get an autograph in that box. It's the same kind of thing. Now, it is a good point. Some of them are just like switched around a little bit, and those are the ones that and Josh kind of alluded to it too. Let's see what the long-term play is going to be on some of those, like the Popeye one that came out. Now that was a grail. There was Bluto that was a legendary. Let's see where those kind of end up a year from now. Are those just going to be, $50 limited piece pops? Because we could look at Freddy's that are 1,500 pieces because we got a good sample size of that. But we don't have, pops for the most part that are, we don't have any. Do we have any other than Freddy's? Do we have limited piece pops other than NFTs? No, right?
A couple the ones that come with the lounge bags
or the lounge
bag. You're right.
But overall, somebody brought up this exact point the other day in one of our comments on a video. They made a great point. It said, if you take away NFTs, you take away Freddy's, and you take away the pops of the Loungefly bags, there's really not that many limited piece items anymore.
No, right.
Which is kind of scary.
There's not that. I mean, there's.
And for that reason is why a lot of people have gone into the soda collecting game, because everything is limited. Well, almost everything now is limited, and that's what drove a lot of people to the sodas. So that's the main reason why it's alarming now that they're dropping, the unlimited sodas, because all those people who just sold their pop collections now going all in on the sodas. I know some people feel like they're kind of been duped, like.
Well, and the other thing is with the sodas, it's the excitement of opening the can for all the, for the chases.
Yeah.
So exactly. Here's the weird anomaly out of the NFTs. So the one that has been the craziest of all of them has been the Funko Halloween Series 2 ones. Like the Legendary Reaper, the cheapest you can find one right now is $387.
Which is insane.
They have made that mark, and that's a legendary. That's not even the Grail. The Grail is actually, I think, less than the Grail. You can't even find. I just try to do it. There are no grails for sale. Like they're on the wax, at least Atomic Cup kind of thing. So it's really interesting to see. I think the cheapest one's like 100, but at the end of the day, it's a 1,500 piece Freddy. Where is it going to be? You know, really in those numbers. Is it going to really be that high end of the day? It's hard to say.
That's the other thing, and that's kind of the biggest thing that I want to preach and just put out there to all the people who are not buying the NFTs, who are not into the whole NFT side. If you just wait, and now unfortunately we have to wait like over a year pretty much now, it seems like, from when the initial packs are dropped to when the pops are actually produced to when they're actually sent out, and then they start showing up on the secondary market with like Mercari, eBay, whatnot, and whatever. If you wait like 6 months after that, so I mean, telling people to wait 18 to 24 months, I know sounds ridiculously crazy. However, a lot of these pops have come down significantly in value after they're out for a good amount of time. That's just what I've seen from a lot of these on the market. So, because when you break it down, these piece counts are still pretty high. If they were actually, I mean, I think if Funko wanted to create insane hype with the NFTs, why not make like some 24 piece redeemables or like some legendaries or something, like really low piece ones to make people go nuts, have those packs instantly sell out, have everybody ripping them like crazy. Like, why not shake it up? You know,
it's coming. Just watch.
I'm sure it will happen, because weirdly, there's been some stuff that I know I've said, and then, you know, the other three of us have recommended. Like, I think it was like a year or two ago, I was like, oh, they should really do more of those
we need these build-a-scenes.
Yeah, now they're doing the build-a-scenes like
now
left
we got
and
6
right.
Spider-Man build-a-scenes.
When we got the shawarma one, that's when I was like, all right, they need to stop this.
We went too far.
Yeah, the Sinister Six one is cool. I saw somebody put it together. They got all of them in the mail, and they put it together. It looks pretty awesome. I can't wait.
As soon as they go on sale, I'm picking them up. I've been picking them up one piece at a time.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. And I think that's because Funko is dropping so much. I think there's going to be a new wave of collectors where we're all going to be like hunting for deals and looking for the best prices, where I feel like that's going to be different from like the last few years where people were just like throwing down crazy money just so they could get something before someone else.
John, I said this. It might have, I don't know if I said it last week. I think I said it with Josh last week. I said the new hunting is going to be just hunting deals, because, you know, I think I'm unpopular opinion. I don't like to get everything that I want. I honestly, it kind of kills the fun of it. Like, so I missed out on the Moon Knight Walmart exclusive. Okay, I'm bummed out. I know I gotta like look for it or do a trade or something like that. Pops up on the Funko shop. I get it with a Walmart sticker and everything. I don't even like that. But, and let me say why I don't like that. I mean, obviously I like it because I bought it, and I glad that I had it and I got it for retail. That's all fine and dandy, but completely killed the hunting. Like, the hunting is not even fun. Like, you know, we really haven't done a lot of hunt videos anymore, because what do I like? Almost what do you need to hunt for now? If you're not hunting the deals, it's like the Target drops that you miss. I don't worry about it anymore, because you could probably pick it up on the Funko shop. Like the last one with the dog, the Target dog. I was so nervous to get out, and like I tried to make sure to get it, and I got it. I went out there right away, got it within the first couple of days. It's restocked at least 4 times. I see him sitting all over the place. That bums me out a little bit. I don't like that. It's too easy to get stuff now. But I've said that from the beginning. I'm okay with things selling out. I don't feel like in life you should get everything that you want. I think that there is value to the struggle of getting stuff.
It's the thrill of the hunt, and you know, that's one of the reasons why so many people collect or came into the Funko collecting hobby. It's because they've made such rare stuff that's like impossible to find, and if you do happen to find it, it costs like the price of a kidney, your firstborn, and a Volkswagen Beetle. So you can't afford it even if you did find it. But that's what keeps the hobby exciting. And that's why like they need to keep dropping limited pieces so that they drop something that not everyone has. So everybody has their own unique individual collections. If we all have the same 100 pops in our collection, and we have the 20 Walmart exclusives, the 20 Targets, the 13 Funko Shops exclusives, like where's the fun in that? There's no excitement.
100% agree.
And this was the year of not selling out the Funko Shop exclusives.
That's something they need to bring back hard. I don't know if somebody in the chat has a cousin whose brother's friend's dog walker works for Funko or something, like they need to bring that back. And somebody even said it before. I think it was Hunter, maybe.
But there's been several that have sold that. It's just they're dropping so many more on the Funko.
But they need to have like a big, like they need to pick one day. If they're dropping stuff every day, they're dropping stuff every day. But they need to have like Friday or Wednesday be like the limited piece drop day or the big, very hyped up exclusive day.
When you're saying limited piece, I'm not even talking like 2,000 pieces. I'm talking like 20,000. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
make it like sell out. Not even, it doesn't have to be a 2-second sellout where we're all screaming at the bar that's never going across the screen. But do what happened the other day. Now, in any anime pop that has a chase, I feel like it's going to sell out.
Yeah.
All the time. And it was cool to see that one sell out within whatever 10 minutes, because I seen people getting upset.
Yeah.
Honestly, you want people to get upset that they miss stuff. That is what collecting is all about. You're supposed to have that happen.
I've been saying this for 2 years now. I think they need to just drop it. Don't say when it is.
Yes.
Just
I
put
agree
it on the shop. It could be at 1 in the morning. It could be at 3 in the afternoon. It doesn't matter. Just
no tease. Yeah, I think they definitely, like, when they moved, I feel like at the end of 2019 they started doing like that set time. Like everybody knew it was going to be like 11 o'clock Monday, Wednesday, Friday. When they started doing that set time, everyone's online. Everybody schedules their lunch break around that. I agree with Jim. If they drop stuff in the middle of the night, we all wake up. We're like, oh my God, I missed the new limited piece Batman or whatever. People would be freaking out. And that would just cause so much hype. People would lose a lot more sleep.
Yep.
Pipsqueak Collectibles says, I'm looking forward to the next Soda 6-pack. I just hope it isn't Five Nights at Freddy's. Well, the rumor on the street is that it's going to be Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, and I think they'll come out great in soda form. I think they're going to look awesome.
Yeah, they'll probably translate well. I probably will pass on it, but
I think they need to do more Soda 6-packs. Like, I think there needs to be one Soda 6-pack a month. I mean, we're just talking about some of the stuff that sold out on the Funko Shop. They did 2 of them this year, Turtles and Scooby-Doo. They both sold out super quick. I mean,
and I think the Five Nights would be that. Probably it would be a cool one.
I mean, it's twofold. If they drop like a popular character or popular genre or whatever, popular license, you get 6 sodas and a Loungefly cooler for $100. Like, you really get a lot of bang for your buck, especially with the guaranteed, one of them is a guaranteed chase. And it's a lot of excitement though, then especially with the Scooby-Doo. I know, Vince, you were doing some trading. I know a lot of people were doing some trading, trying to get all the chases or trying to complete their sets. Like, that encourages a lot of community, interaction, which is awesome too. Yeah, Looney Tunes Soda 6-pack will be great. Power Rangers Soda 6-pack. Yeah, Mary likes them. Yeah, they're good. And, they appeal to the Loungefly collector too, because I know, like, Joanna wasn't too keen on the sodas, but she's like, I got to have those bags.
Scooby-Doo bag turned out cool too.
Just no retro toys 6-pack, please.
Yeah, no, we're good on Stretch.
No more Stretch Armstrong.
And Stretch Armstrong.
Toy Story would be fantastic if they did like Buzz, Woody, Jesse, Zurg, and like Alien and like some other character. That would be fantastic.
Mike, Mr. Wazowski.
Wow.
Monsters Inc.
Yeah. What about?
I mean, they could throw him in there just to
throw him in just for the heck of it. Why not?
what about?
That'd be pretty surprising.
I'm on medication. Sorry. What about? What was I just thinking of? That would not Stranger Things. Stranger Things would be cool, but I don't know what they would put in it to make it super cool. But it'll probably be something really odd, like we're not even thinking about. Like, I don't even know. Hopefully that'd be cool. Be like the Muppets or something.
I almost want. Oh, Muppets would be cool too. I almost like that they do something. It's tough for like when Scooby came out. I felt bad for people that weren't able to get that, because now you got to get it on the secondary market. But like you said, John, I think it does encourage people trading, and kind of pitching in with one another, and you got to have some of those things.
Yeah, because I really feel, and not that I'm super involved in a lot of other communities, but I don't think there's a lot of other communities out there with this much, buy, trading, selling. Obviously there's, a lot of other communities that do the buy, trade, and selling, but like, I feel like in our community, a lot of people buy, trade, sell, and then they become friends. Like then they talk and they that person, you recognize their screen name. I know in our own community here, there's a lot of people that interact amongst our 4 channels all the time, even outside of like our videos and live streams and auctions and everything. So I don't know. I don't see that in other communities the way that we have it. And I think Funko should steer into that, like give us more stuff to be able to encourage that community interaction. What's going on, Daniel? You're not late. Oh, Freddy.
Somebody blocked Daniel. He showed up late.
What's going on, Linda? Thank you. I appreciate that. Masters of the Universe 6-pack. I know Vince would be all over that.
I would, but you know what? We could take it easy for a little bit on that. I'm out of room.
We got a lot of Masters of the Universe sodas already.
We got a lot over the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about a Kiss 6-pack with just the other 2 guys?
I was gonna say, could we just get the other 2? I feel like that's gotta be a licensing thing, right?
Yeah.
It's gotta be. There's no way that they just ignore.
Yeah, the other 2 probably
same thing with the Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Darth Ryan says the comic book community has gotten pretty nasty lately. That's terrible to hear. Sorry to hear about that.
Yeah.
I think every community ebbs and flows though. So hopefully it's just a rough patch. You get through the next few weeks and everything will be fine again. I mean, hey, we just had a rough patch of our own. We're not perfect. Funko community just went through a little bit of a hurricane as well. So it seems to be we came out of it just before the holidays. Maybe it was the holidays that forced everybody to love each other again. But there's going to be hate and negativity in every community. You just got to follow who you like and stay positive. So.
Yep.
But speaking of that, let's talk about our favorite pops. We've talked about a lot of sodas, a lot of 3 liters, NFTs. What were some of our favorite Funko Pops of the year? Everybody in the chat, throw down some of your favorite Pops of the year as well. There was a lot of them.
So
I can't even narrow it down.
Speaking of NFTs, one of my favorites is one of the Freddys from the NFT, and it's one that was kind of odd, and we really haven't seen a lot in this kind of line. Was the Iron Maiden.
I think that should be a separate. That should be a separate category. That should be a whole NFT Pops should be a separate category.
But that was definitely one of my.
Because I think a lot of the NFT Pops are pretty badass.
Yeah. They did several. They did several fails though too. So.
Yeah, but they did several fails. The whole line, they shouldn't have even done the whole drop.
The Bob Lunch Miguel from Coco. That was a beautiful pop. That was a really awesome one.
Yeah, I you know which one I liked a lot this year, and I love when they do this and go back and revisit like older series. The Two-Face Pop animated series, Batman animated series. Because Batman the animated series, all those pops came out in 2016. I love when they go back and just add one to those older sets that, if you have the set, like that's something you got to track down. And I like the mold. I like that they did the soda this year too. So that was. I
also like when they go back and they make it, and then it's a new con exclusive. Like that was LA Comic Con.
Right.
Like that to me is just beautiful. Like they should do that more often.
Yeah, that was like a perfect for me. That's like a perfect pop.
So what's poppin' crazy says I love the glow in the dark Khonshu from Moon Knight.
That is one of mine.
Fantastic glow.
Very high on my list.
Personal favorite was the Hot Topic Deluxe Scar, but I know it won't be on everyone's list. But that's the beauty, everybody likes
a good one as well. Is that the one where he's eating the lamb chop or the zebra chop?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
That is a good one.
Riley says the Marvel Freddy's and the new Spider-Man No Way Home wave. The whole wave was unreal. Yeah, they finally gave us. We're about a year later.
Too many Spider-Man stuff in 2022.
But that's exactly how they do it, though. They teased it like 6 months ago. We knew some Spider-Man stuff was coming. Did we think we were going to get this much? Maybe some of you guys did, but we got a lot. It was a lot.
Ronnie is saying the gecko thing. That's also on my list. I love. I
Really?
You know what? I love the way that they did that. When I seen it announced at the beginning, I thought it was kind of weird, but then, man, they grew on me.
Yeah.
Tammy, come see me on Sunday. We'll have a ton of Moon Knight.
Yeah, our Moon Knights just got delivered. I can't wait to rip them.
They're so good. They're
Matthew
so
says flock chrysanthemum. Well, you know I'm all about that.
Man, you guys are listening, like literally right. I mean,
Yeah, that one's.
I've
Great.
got a list written here, and we're listening to everything. Chrysanthemum, another perfect pop.
Yes.
Kind of a fringe character, flocked, con drop, beautiful.
But those fringe characters, that's what deserves to be con exclusives. We don't need
Totally
another
agree.
like Mickey Mouse, Batman, Spider-Man. Like, give us those obscure characters because they won't make as many of them. And I think that perfect, absolutely.
So speaking of characters that were like new to this year and then did super well pop form, Eddie from Stranger Things.
Yeah,
definitely a great looking pop, one-off kind of character, only pop from him. So I'm glad they put that out for this year because sometimes they miss out on those single characters so much, in series and stuff. So
it's funny that came out before the show dropped too. Like nobody had a clue who this guy was. That was cool just to see the whole progression of it. And hopefully,
I remember I just bought 2. I saw them and I bought 2. I was like, oh, I'm gonna grab 2 of them. I saw them at Target. I'm like, new character for Stranger Things. Definitely need to grab these. And then it went crazy.
Yeah,
that dude Midwest said, "I'm so tired of Jack Skellington soda."
Oh, don't even get me started.
Yeah, I mean, yes,
We're talking pop. We're talking pops.
Freddy Carnage. I still have yet to pick that one up. That movie
that's
is
awesome.
beautiful.
I love that one.
Super cool. A lot of this was honestly one. I think this was honestly one of the best years for Freddy's. This might have been the second or third best year ever for Freddy's. I know we got a lot of them.
I don't think they've ever released so many Freddy's.
No, and that's why we can't say it was the best year because they gave us so many. Like personally, I think the best year was 2016. I think those Freddy's were absolutely incredible. Most of them were limited to 400 pieces or less. But this year was a good year. It was a really good year. New Sabine, I 100% agree on that. Def Leppard, Hysteria album cover. That's another great one.
Seen a lot of people say the box lunch Green Goblin. I have not seen that one in person yet.
I have not either. Our box lunch didn't know what I was talking about. I went in there the other day looking for the new pops. They had no idea. Didn't buy many new pops in 2022, excluding Freddy Funkos. Just been chasing older Freddys.
Yeah, nothing wrong with
that. Way to go. It's the way to go.
I think that's a good move.
Yeah.
Freddy Funko as Prince Adam was great. Freddy as Optimus Prime was weird. I actually love Freddy Funko as Optimus Prime. And one of the biggest reasons why he doesn't have the crown. Like, there's not that many Freddys where he doesn't have the crown. Like, that mold is incredible. Like,
this is weird. How is this weird to anybody? It's a little Freddy guy with a Optimus Prime helmet. How is that weird? And he's got a car body.
No shaming. He thinks it's weird. I can go with him a little bit on it.
I disagree with you wholeheartedly, but I respect your opinion.
There you go.
There we go.
We haven't even got the Bumblebee to compare it to.
That's what I like about collecting, right? So like somebody in the chat said their favorite soda was the Jack Skellington gingerbread soda, right? That's my worst, and it was their favorite. So like, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I said that to Josh last week too. Is like that's the best. Like we'll all be probably dropping videos with best pops, best soda, that kind of thing, and we're so different, which I love. Like just with us, like me and Josh like NFTs. You guys are not so much on the NFT train. Me and Josh love the Jack. You guys hate it. And that is the beauty of it. I love that everybody can have a different opinion. And
I'm actually not against the NFT process. I'm more against the NFTs, and I'll probably sound like a loser, but I'm more against the NFTs because of all the environmental negatives that it has. Just keeping up with the blockchain and like those big transformers and all the plants that's required to keep the NFT blockchains alive. Like, it really could be really damaging to our planet. I know nobody cares about that right now. We're all talking about toys and having fun. So,
or talking about toys, we rip open plastic and send
yeah,
them in
yeah.
boxes.
So I know it's like irrelevant. Yeah, based on the amount of plastic that we personally own. So that's my personal thing, but whatever.
I am going to make an effort to spend more money in designer toys this year. Back at it again.
Oh, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. We're gonna get to the New Year's resolution part of the stream because that's a whole other topic, whole other conversation. Hunter said they should have made his skin silver. I 1000% agree for the Optimus Prime, Freddy. That would have been the icing on the cake, but still pretty awesome.
I think he looks kind of cute with the. But yeah, I get it. Yeah,
I will say though, I was not a fan of the blacklight one. That seemed lazy to me.
No,
I think is it me or did it seem like the Olympic Freddies just died because?
Oh yeah, nobody wants those.
No, because I was in a one of the other pop shops here in town, and they had all of those Freddy, silver Freddy, and gold Freddy, and ping pong Freddy.
Obviously, those were supposed to probably come out with the Olympics, I'm guessing. But yeah. They got their time and place, and I think they missed the time and the place on that one.
Randy says Freddy Captain Cutler, hands down favorite pop of the year.
Man, if I only could get mine to come in, I would love to see that thing.
Eric says my favorite pop of 2022 was the Flocked Eagly. That was a great
one. My God, yes. I got Flocked Eagly sitting right back there. That's on my list as well. I love that.
If anybody needs them, Brad's has a whole rack full of those I saw the other day. They're so cool.
Brandon says the Mandalorian mystery boxes were pretty great, and I would have to 1000% agree. They need to do that more often. They already have. They're 30% off at most places.
I'm waiting for 45%.
Okay. Well, that might be tough. But yeah, I agree. But hey, come on. $30 for two pops, two exclusive Star Wars pops. You got your own issues then. It's a great deal for $30. If you sign up for their club, you get $5 off. That brings it down to $25. I don't know what else to tell you.
I'm cheap. Let me go buy a mystery box, then I'm gonna lose $40.
Yeah, I was about to. Don't you open like hundreds of dollars worth of mystery boxes?
Yeah, isn't that a real weird situation? Irony. I like for a deal, but I'll lose.
I'm not going to buy a pop that I like that's reasonably priced. I'm going to give some other company 3 times as much money to pull something that I probably won't need for my collection.
You know, when you say it out loud like that, John, you might be onto something. I might have some problems.
No. You collect how you want to collect. I also opened up a $300 box today and got nothing that I needed. So yeah,
sometimes that's good though.
It's good. Yeah, I got some weird ones today. If anybody saw the video, I got some weird ones. Ryan said a lot of good drops this year. We just grabbed the Elf movie moment and the Harley on cards today. Both.
Yeah, and see, there is another one like the Elf movie moment. Ryan, I know because I seen Rachel post. They got it for half off. They got it for $25. Like that.
There you go.
See, $25. I'd pay that. $50. I would have a tough time paying for those movie moments.
So I'm curious, like all these Sam's Club have all these 18-inch, the huge pops. Like I wonder if they're gonna start going on clearance because they're gonna want to get rid of them out of the
store. They will, Josh. I'll guarantee it.
They're 80 right now, I think, right? So they'll probably be 40 by next week, I bet.
Magma for Freddy Funko is Darth Maul. Yeah, the glow one. Woo.
And Carnage. Oh, Carnage was amazing.
Yeah, both of them.
That's one of my favorites.
They should make more 8-bit pops. I have not heard many people say that, so you might be in the minority. But maybe
the pops that like are game related, like if they make sense, like I like that they did the Jason one. The Jason like Voorhees. I remember the video game back in the day. I used to play it and never be able to beat anything in that game. But like ones that make sense, like the Wreck-It Ralph and Fix It Felix, I love those. Should they make more if they make sense? I don't need them to do them for everything, though.
Yeah, exactly. John Bradbury says 2 of my favorites would be the Snake Eyes and Destro Freddy that I still need for my G.I. Joe collection. Those were
got them right here.
And Hunter, yeah, I couldn't believe that pop is $175 either. That was an insane one.
You know what's funny about that pop? I sold ours by mistake, and I was almost beaten for that. But the beauty of it was I bought it back at $100, and now it's worth a lot more than that.
There you go.
Which pop?
I sold it for 100 and got 100. And I had to
This
buy
was so I pulled the clown and what is it? Clown and Jack in the Box cart, the train car, the
Yeah.
clown
Oh,
from
the exclusive.
Nightmare
Wait.
Before Christmas. Yeah.
Wow, I got like 4 or 5 of them in the garage.
Oh, they're worth $175 now.
That's
so.
insane. Because I bought a bunch of them, and I remember that drop. I bought too many. I don't know what happened, but
those didn't sell out quick either.
No.
But those
That's the orange.
yeah, a lot of people are trying to complete their train sets. Let's see. Aaron says I spent most of the year getting Wizard of Oz pops and Scooby-Doo pops and sodas. That's a good thing to hunt there, Aaron.
Yep.
Tammy says I started with pops, but now I like sodas much better. A lot of people.
Thank you very much, Tammy.
18-inch Pikachu was $40 on
Yeah.
GameStop once, and I pulled the trigger.
I grabbed it for my son, I think.
Yeah.
Back then, when I went to that price for his room.
Yeah, Wizard of Oz sodas I think would translate very well.
Yeah, did look good.
Well, and they have they just came out the Wizard of Oz movie poster.
I thought that looked pretty cool too. Yeah, with Dorothy and Toto.
And then they just had the Toto pop by itself in the back. So I'm wondering if they're gonna come out with some more Wizard of Oz pops or redo some.
What do you guys think of the new Spider-Man 9-pack? I think $95 is a pretty large price for non-collectors, in my opinion. I mean, that's actually pretty good. I mean, that's like $10 a pop.
Yeah.
But 9-pack? Come on.
You know what though, man, I don't like any of the 8-packs and stuff. I think they display weird. I don't know. I mean, unless you have like if you're just like a Spider-Man fanatic, I get it. I don't know. Or an out-of-box collector, then it is a good deal for 9 pops, but I just don't like the way those display. I do like the 3-pack they announced for Amazon though.
I like the 3
Spider-Man.
That looks pretty cool. So for that reason that you just said, Vince, that's actually held me back from pulling the trigger on one of the Star Wars grails I've kind of always wanted was the Rogue One 8-pack. I think it was like a 4,000 piece limited. I can't remember what the piece count was, and it was I think a Funko Europe exclusive, so you could only get it over there.
Isn't there one of the troopers or something in there though that you can't get anywhere else?
Yeah, there's 2 exclusive pops in there.
Okay.
But it's so expensive now. Like now it's like $300-400 if it's mint. And the same thing is like I'm like, where do I display this? Like then it needs its own shelf, and
they display really weird. I've never been into anything more. Even the 2 and 3 packs start to get a little bit wonky, but I'll make do with some of those. But over a 3-pack, even 4 and 5 packs, they're really hard to display.
So Koba says 2022 wasn't a bad year for Funko. Will 2023 be better or worse? Well, first off, I would like to argue that 2022 was actually a good year for Funko, despite all the problems that we had. I think overall we got a lot of stuff that made people happy. Like, what do you guys think?
It was a great soda year for me. I'm happy.
I think a good variety of stuff. They kept doing expanded upon some of the new products they came out with. Keep going and building some new things. I think overall that they had a good amount of product that came out and a good variety of things as well too. We saw a lot of lines we haven't seen build upon as much as they ever have for a while. Like Rock's line and stuff like that. It seemed like it was very quiet for a while, and then boom, this past year, tons of stuff. Seeing other lines like really grow. So I think that's good.
I think 2022 was a real transition year for them. Like we kind of said at the beginning here, they started to establish levels. They became, like Jim said earlier, they became a toy company this year, which is not necessarily a bad thing because I think they still can make that market for the collectibles. They've got some really good stuff. There's other stuff but they've always had stuff that is questionable and whatever. But I thought it was a good year. I thought it was a transition year. I'm looking forward to 2023 to see what they do. And then if we do get into resolutions, I'll go into mine a little bit for.
I still want to talk about resolutions because I think it's a good topic to end off with. I think personally it's too early to tell if 2023 is going to be better or worse. I think I think they're shifting. They got Mariotti back in charge. I think it's just too early to tell. You know, we don't even know what's going on with their social media team right now. So I think 2022 was better than 2021. And I'm crossing my fingers that 2023 will just be better than 2022.
Yeah, I mean, they could have a new social media team, which could be better or it could be worse. You know, nothing against whatever. You know, I don't know what that could turn out to be better. Hopefully they got their warehouse stuff situated and that starts to get better. I mean, they've got a lot of things that I think could be positives going into this year. So yeah, I think like you said, we don't know. Will it be better? I hope so, and I think it should, but time will tell.
I think regardless of wherever we go in 2023, I just hope that there's room for every type of collector still in the community. And I hope Funko, if they are moving towards a toy company, that they just don't forget their roots and they still service the people who are true collectors at heart. Arguably, most of the people probably watching this stream right now. You know, so hopefully they just still keep giving stuff. And overall, Funko does a pretty good job. I know a lot of people would probably disagree with this, but Funko is one of the few companies that actually interacts with their fans and listens to their customer base. They might not do everything that we want as their fans and customer base, but most companies don't listen, and then they don't care at all. You know,
John, highlight Jetman's comment. So here's the thing that I've learned dealing with China and toys and all that stuff. Their stuff's planned like way out. So you're talking about the gold series, like those all those items, all those molds, all that stuff, approvals, that was all done probably a year and a half ago. So anything that's in the pipeline now is still going to have to come out, and it's going to take another probably year for them to taper down if they're going to stop, you know, making the gold series and all that other Popsies and all that.
Along with their license, you know,
so
the way that they
set
these licenses up, you never know.
It takes a long time to get a mold done, approval, color, all that stuff. It's a good year out. So we don't know yet with Gold Series if it's going to stay or go.
And there's things that have come and gone. I mean, we've seen Dorbs come and go. Somebody just mentioned more pop pins. They want to see more pop pins. No, I mean, don't be embarrassed or ashamed if you collect pop pins and you want to see more. Go for it. I think they could actually do more with pop pins. I think it would be cool if they mixed it up a little bit. Maybe did some 2-packs. Maybe did some LE stuff. Maybe, you know, I don't know, did some con exclusives, because they do con exclusives?
They actually did 2-packs this year, and
they did the Baymax
also. They did the 2-pack Baymax one with for the Disney D23.
Yeah, D23 had the 2-pack.
Okay, all right. See,
so now they're starting to do that, and I think that they're cool. I mean, there's only I'd like to see more Popsies, quite honestly. Let's
Popsies. That's right, Popsies.
You know,
let's not
bring on some Popsies.
Let's not.
So now moving into 2023, New Year's is like 2 days from now, which is insane.
I know.
But I want to hear everybody in the chat. Give us your opinion. We got 157 people in here, which is awesome. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. But let us know in the chat how you're going to adjust your collecting strategy and your collecting habits moving into 2023. Are you going to be buying more, buying less, going after older stuff, newer stuff, pops, sodas, Popsies, whatever? Like, what are you excited about collecting or not collecting in 2023? And Jim, what do you expect for 2023 for yourself?
I'm gonna still be on 100% on board with the sodas. No changes there. I am gonna still get the unlimited ones if it's something that I care about. If I like the figure or whatever. But I am gonna go back to my roots, and what I started with with designer toys is focus a lot on those figures instead of pops, because they're just releasing so much cool stuff. And they're so limited. I think in the future, it's gonna for one hold value, and to me, it's just better art. It's like, I don't know. I like looking at that better, but that's just me. So I'm gonna focus on designer toys still. I did it. I've always done it. I'm just gonna keep going at it, and maybe a little bit harder this year, and then again keep focusing on sodas. That's going to be me.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I think going into next year, I mean, it probably the last couple months of last year too. Like, if Moon Knight's a good example. Moon Knight, like, I went after the whole line because I thought that every single mold was great. So, and we're set collectors, and the more that we went through when we did the room tour and stuff, I realized I'm a set collector more than anything. We will probably go after a lot of older stuff. We are probably going to slow down big time on the newer stuff. Just honestly, we have no room. There's a couple lines like the Disney Classic line that they started with last year. We will probably try to get kind of complete with that. So that'll be newer stuff that we get. The Moon Knight line, if they add anything else, we'll probably add on to that. But for the most part, we're going to go after older stuff and keep going with the sodas as well. I love the sodas. I'm looking forward to some of the ones that are coming out in the first quarter. So in the next month or two here of 2023.
What about you, Josh?
So I would say probably going through a lot of our collection and slimming it down will be one of the goals for this year. We have a pretty large collection of stuff and different things, and even Star Wars, Marvel, are huge parts, but then there's other random things that are in there, and there's just a lot of sometimes randomness that's collected over the years too. So I just need to, I think, really trim down what we have and what we really like, and that'll be a lot to do. I think that one. Also deciding, what I want to do with sodas. I think that will be the hard one. I notice as more and more sodas, it's growing and growing, growing. I have a lot from a lot of times, but do I need the chase and common from all these different lines and different things? So I think that's the ones I need to kind of figure out as well too, is like what I want to do with those as it goes on, because that line's not stopping and growing. I think that's one. And then I think also slowing down on mystery boxes. It's hard getting as many, a lot of mystery boxes and different things that we do. It's getting to a point where a lot of them, there are some good ones out there that have some older things and some harder to find things, but it's definitely a lot of them have a lot of newer stuff that I feel like, I don't really want to get in a mystery box too. So that's a hard thing. It's like really, I think, being a little pickier on the type of mystery boxes we find for us.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, mystery boxes are definitely tough, because there's not that many companies left for mystery boxes for starters. And then a lot of times, like, let's face it, it's legit, like, not even exaggerating, 98% of the time, might even be 99% of the time. There's so many pops now, you're going to get something that you don't even collect or that doesn't fit your collection. I particularly don't like the companies that take advantage of the new values, like when a pop first comes out and it's like, $40 or $50
$45.
Yeah, like the price is skewed. Like, I don't like pulling a pop in a mystery box that's still available on the shelf or just came out, which I know some companies bank on. If there was that what was that FYE Zombie Mystique that was like $42.
Oh my god. Do you know how many
Yeah, and like everybody was throwing them in their boxes because they were getting them on sale for $3.
Clearance for $7.99.
Yeah, they were clearance, so yeah, it's tough. That's really ironic because a lot of people have told us they want to see more mystery boxes on our channel. So now I'm actually trying to poke my head around and see if there's more mystery boxes on the market. But it's a gamble, it's a risk, and I can definitely understand cutting back. I think we felt that way a year ago, and we actually, relatively speaking, in 2022, we did not open as many mystery boxes as we did in 2021. And that definitely allowed more money in our budget to actually buy things that we wanted, which was nice. But you don't get as much thrill of the hunt, with that mystery. We're definitely all in for the sodas, though. I'm excited for all the sodas that are going to drop. Bring on all the Star Wars sodas, but also to what Josh kind of said, what we're probably going to be doing is, as more Star Wars sodas come out, and I'm going to try to be Star Wars soda complete with the commons and chases for as long as I can. That might mean some other characters might get the boot, because we all have a limited amount of room. So I'm definitely going to keep trying to hunt some older stuff that I'm hoping to get. But overall, I'm excited. I hope they bring us some new things for 2023. Bring on more of the soda 6-packs. Give us some more limited piece pops. Give us some characters that have never been in pop form before. Like that would be awesome. Let's see. Eric says, I'll be trying to thin my collection a little by upgrading. I have almost 700 in a small apartment. I'll be concentrating more on my most wanted Freddy's, rocks, ad icons, and WWE, and more sodas. Very nice. Sodas take up less space, so you can collect more in an apartment than pops.
But I tell you what, they still, once you get a couple cases and pallets in your garage, it takes up a lot of space.
So Aussie Pop and Paul says, I think a global recession will see a lot of people selling pops. If you are cashed up, will be a great year to buy more expensive pops. That's something we could see. I mean, they are predicting that the economy will go down. But I don't know. They change like every single day. Some days they say we're not going to be in a recession. Sometimes they say we are going to be in a recession. So I think whatever happens, like if you have to sell, you have to sell. If you're in a position to buy, go for it.
I think Flossie said she likes the 2-pack vinyls. Flossie, I have almost every one of them, and I love those things. The problem is they're all boxed up in the garage now because my new studio is mainly focused on the filming and the auctions. But I love the vinyl packs. I think they're awesome.
They're awesome.
Blind Boxing says, I'll be collecting more newer sodas. We'll go on buying both new and older pops for my collection. Very nice. Tammy's going to reorganize her collection, which is awesome. Yeah, reorganizing is always good, too, because it gives your collection a fresh look. Like if you want to get some different shelves or get some pop protectors or chase cases or whatever it may be to spruce up your displays, like there's some great options out there for displaying your stuff, and it can really make you feel so much better about your collection,
Yeah.
Masoka says, I need a new cooler to drop. Well, you're not the only one. I would love to see a new cooler. That would be awesome.
I think one thing too, like don't be afraid to put away stuff for a little while. Like put it away, get it back out later on if you want it. If you don't want it, then later on you determine, okay, well maybe I can part with this now, or I can give it up.
Yeah, it's like exactly what Jim just said. Jim bought 5 or 6 of those Clown and Jack in the Box carts. I know I just said that wrong, whatever it is. And they're $175 a pop, and you bought them for retail. So you can now go sell those. Even if you sell those for $100, you're 6 times using your money, and then you can go out and buy more sodas or a chase or an AP that you've been wanting or a designer toy. Like, yeah, there's definitely something to be said to putting some stuff away for a rainy day.
I will be dropping a couple mystery boxes in 2023 to get rid of some of my pops because I have some really good stuff out in the garage that's just sitting there, and I will do nothing with it. I will never display it. What am I going to do with it? So it does need to move on. So, and they're all going to be overvalued. It's going to be a come get it type of thing with good stuff in them. I mean, I always message John when I start going through stuff, and I'll pull out a pop and I'm like, John, what is this? I mean, I don't even know. Is this thing even doing anything? And he's like, dude, that's a grail you just found in your garage. Like,
yeah,
it's crazy.
Mike says, I won't ever do mystery boxes, just not into it. I'd rather just buy what I want. I have seen that comment or a variation of that comment a lot recently. It's a gamble. It's a risk.
Agree. 100%.
I think most people should be that way. I think you should be that way.
I think a lot of, in general, I think a lot of people should be that way. It's fun to do every once in a while, but like even the amount we do sometimes is a lot. And, that's why people like watching mystery box videos sometimes. I like watching some of the big ones, like the $500 or the $1,000 mystery boxes or whatever too, because it's like, I'm probably not going to buy that $1,000 mystery box, but I want to see what they pull and see what they get and have that, fun along with them kind of thing.
Yeah, Evelyn says, I stopped buying mystery boxes for a while now. I don't want to pull pops I don't need. It's a lot of work selling pops, like I said, or trying to trade away ones that you don't need. Like when you buy that mystery box, you get 4 pops you don't collect. Then it becomes work, and then it's not as enjoyable. Norway said something similar. In Norway, it's so hard to sell what I don't collect, so I had to stop buying them. Completely understandable, And we've actually pulled some pops from mystery boxes that have sat around our house for upwards of over a year, because nobody was interested in that pop, or we couldn't sell it, or whatever the reason is.
I think that's one reason I really like my live, like when I do mystery boxes live on Whatnot, and having that swap wall option. I feel like you can walk away with something. Like if you pull something you don't like, you choose probably something that you more likely like, or fit your collection or something like that in there. I think that's kind of nice. I bet we all wish we had that option sometimes when we open some of the stuff we do. We're like,
Oh, yeah.
another one of these.
So James says, I want to match Funko comic cover pops with their comic book. That's pretty awesome. I have not heard anyone say that yet. So that's fantastic. Ryan says, I need to learn the difference between needs and wants. I think that's something we all struggle with. So you're not alone on that. What's up, Carlos? Thank you so much for coming out. Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, let's start over.
I need everything I want.
Let's just start over.
Yeah. Alvin says, I agree with Jim. It's becoming a toy company. Figpin knows how to make things limited, and you have more fun with the pins and the app. Interesting. Does Funko own Figpin?
No. Figpin is not. Figpins are stacking up everywhere. Everywhere I see Figpins, you can get what.
Maybe I'm alone in this. There's some really cool fig pins, and there's ones that I've even considered picking up. But I've gone into GameStop and I flip over the back and it says $19.99, and I just feel like that's a lot for what you get. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe I'm alone on that.
You haven't bought Disney pins before.
I agree.
Yeah.
The little
Disney pins are Disney's a different animal though.
$15 for
Disney's different. Pin. You're gonna pay extra. Yeah, anything Disney is gonna be expensive, but I agree with you, John. Like I just saw it was a LeBron James fig pin. They're doing fig pins of everything, and they're cool looking. They're awesome. I think that they look great, but they're stacking up everywhere. They're not selling very well.
I think the cool thing about the limited piece with those is you can see what it is. Like each one has a different serial number on it, and that's kind of cool to see. And like we talked about AP and verifying something's AP. On the app, you put your AP fig pin, and it says it's number 3 out of 40 APs. You know it's legit. So that's the nice thing about. I mean, for I think collectors, if they're worried about a certain number or wanting a certain thing and verifying it, that's one thing.
We probably have like 30 of them, but I bet you I've only put like 2 in the app.
Yeah.
So what's popping crazy says, honestly, I need to try to slim it down for sure. I feel like I'm crazy about to have 1,500 pops and 300 sodas. I know we definitely have way more than that. So you're not crazy. It can get overwhelming. I know we've had a couple instances this year where we just sold some stuff, made some room, and it made us feel better. But after seeing Vince's room tour, how many items would you guys venture to say you have?
About double of what I showed.
That's insane.
Yeah, no, you know what? We are probably around 1,500, maybe 1,600 pops. Soda.
I think I have that in the garage.
Are they not including stuff you have set aside to already sell? You're selling.
That's not even including that.
Yeah.
That's a whole other. That's probably another
whole other
400
piece.
Pops. Yeah, that's another 400 pieces.
And that's what people have to get. Like when a lot of us talk about our collection, we talk about the stuff we're keeping for sure. There's other stuff that we have that are just like already set aside to sell, whether it be like Whatnot Macari, toy shows, whatever. It's all set on the side to be able to sell.
Yeah. Dave says, I'm looking forward to the future NFT releases. Seems like those will be the majority of any limited pops that are releasing going forward. I hope not. I think we kind of talked about limited items earlier in the stream. I think we're all on the same page. I hope we get some limited piece items outside of NFTs.
Truly, it's the only way they're going to sell the NFTs and make
better bags.
They are off them. That's why it makes that happen. If they weren't there, that NFT line wouldn't be anything.
Actually,
I don't know.
I mean, what were you gonna say, Jim?
Well, I just saw Chris's comment about NYCC.
NYCC next year. Yeah, that's another thing that I wanted to talk about. Like, are you guys planning on going to any cons? Like, and everybody in the chat as well.
I'm going to go to all the cons that I can on this side of the world, but NYCC was just so much. There was just so many people. Like, it was almost the best part was all 4 of us being together. That was what made that trip. I have no desire to fight those crowds again, to be honest.
We told you.
Because then you go to a smaller con and it's awesome. You get to, you get to relax a little bit more. You get to look at stuff. Like, John, we were looking for sodas forever throughout that con.
Yeah,
and there was so much stuff to try to go through.
Friday was crazy.
It was just like there's so many people, and we didn't even stay for the weekend. So I could just imagine that.
Well, Saturday and Sunday is just ridiculous. Like, you guys saw Thursday and Friday. I did Saturday one year, and it's not even enjoyable.
Can't even move.
There's just so many people.
Yeah, you can't even move through there.
Yeah.
So
Shadow's got a good question here too for Jim.
What's that?
In regards to sodas, when is the best ideal cutoff on sodas if you don't pull the chase?
I would do 3.
I don't know if I can answer that because I've gone crazy to try to pull it, because that, to me, that's part of the fun. I don't think I've ever not pulled one and just bought it, except for like the big ones like She-Ra. I went and finally got that. Those kind of things. I like the hunt. Like, look at me with 3 liters. How many stupid Maleficents and all those I bought, but
yeah, I don't know if Jim's the right person to ask that question.
No,
I don't know if that's
100%
the
not.
right person we should be asking that question.
Yeah, 100%.
Jim might be a little bit different into the soda. Honestly, if you're, and like, I'm a psycho too, so I can't say too much. I had like 10 Hades at one point, so who am I to say anything? But for me, try for 3. It's roughly $45. Most chases are around $40 to $45. If you don't get it in the first 3, I would just go buy it if it's something you really want.
Yeah.
And for a normal person, us 4 are not normal. I mean, I don't
almost
think
like buy a case
normal.
at that point. Like, just buy
Right.
it.
Yeah.
Like, really, it's like buy a case, give the other, give 4 away, sell 4 for $10 or whatever you can get out of the commons. Go ahead and just buy a case. I mean, at that point, because cases you can get from, if you find them discounted enough, you can get them from like 70 some to 90 some dollars for a case easily.
If people are legitimate, like Spastics, like those kind of companies, I always buy 3 because I know I'm buying half their case. I have a 50-50 shot at that point. That, honestly, that's the way I look at it. If it's Hot Topic, I'll buy, typically they only let you buy 2 anyway, but if they'll let you buy more, I'll buy 3 typically from a Hot Topic. And again, I feel like that's a good way to do it. But, even 3, is a lot for some people.
So Alex wrote out, I started collecting in 2020, decided to collect on a budget. And that is a great phrase right there.
Should do it.
Yeah. Collect on a budget and focus on what you want the most. He also switched to sodas for space reasons, and he loves them. That's awesome.
Yes, that's a boy.
Aussie Pop and Paul says, my desire for 2023 is to improve my YouTube channel, enjoy San Diego Comic-Con, and more importantly, have quality time with my daughters. Those are great goals.
I hope I get to get out to San Diego. I didn't get in the first round of badges. I am going to try to get in as a media. I'm going to write to them and try to get in that way.
Jim, you don't think the crowds are going to be crazy for SDCC?
No, they are.
NYCC.
No, they are, but it's close to home. I can just drive back.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
I can go on a Wednesday or a Thursday and then come home.
Yeah, it's definitely more of a commitment for you to. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Honestly, going there just to meet people, really, not to do the con. Yes, my daughter has been pulling all the chases and not me. I get it. It's true. It is true.
Yeah, I see a bunch of people saying they're going to NYCC this year, but yeah, we're actually hoping to go to some smaller cons. New York Comic Con, even though we live Josh and I are the only ones who live on the East Coast, and Josh had to fly obviously to New York Comic Con, but New York Comic Con, even though we could drive, it was very expensive for us between the tickets and
Just
the
the
hotel and
hotel.
everything and everything else. So it was extremely expensive. And Joanne and I actually sat down a month ago, and we're thinking about trying to hit up multiple smaller events because our budget will go a lot further.
I agree, 100%.
And I already know, like, we have several, like, in Orlando, we'll have Collecticon coming up in March. We'll have MegaCon coming up or Collecticon maybe in February, and then MegaCon in March earlier this year. So there's already going to be a couple bigger cons.
I was going to say, and those are not smaller.
No, they're not small cons.
We went to MegaCon. I think it was MegaCon last year, and that was a good size con. That was.
Oh, you went to Collecticon. You guys didn't go to MegaCon.
Oh yeah, you're right. It was
MegaCon's bigger. Yeah, MegaCon's bigger. So
that's right. And Collecticon was fun. That was a great one. We don't have. I mean, we got a couple things around here. We're thinking about C2E2 this year, which is in Chicago. I don't know how that is for Funko, but
yeah, I will definitely go to a couple of the smaller stuff down in California just for the trip. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and Josh, you have so much stuff in your backyard. Like,
yeah.
You
need and we always have shows anyway. I mean, we work half the shows throughout the year anyways. But yeah, the shows go on. I haven't decided to sign up for a March show or not. I don't like 2-day shows for us selling. Like 2 days, the smaller shows. I like 1 day.
It's a lot of work to.
2 days is a lot of work and a lot of time, and you're setting up on Friday, so it really becomes 3 days of work.
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh, Brian says a great point right there. I know Brian and I have actually gone to a couple smaller shows. He said you can find good deals at smaller shows, and that is 100% accurate. Like some of these big cons, they mark up the prices, and a lot of people have made comments, and I'm sure all 4 of our videos from New York Comic Con and saying, wow, that is priced at double PPG, or that's 50% over PPG. You go to some of these smaller cons, they're mostly like mom and pop sellers, or they're just collectors themselves. They might have a small company that they're trying to build up. They're not looking to price gouge for the most part. They're happy to make deals, and cash is great.
Well, and the cost to set up at a con is so expensive. Even like the smaller shows, like when it was 2 days, like I was saying, it's getting up there. Like it's $250 to do a table, like a 10x10 spot for a smaller show. A bigger show like a Collecticon, I was looking at it launched, and I was like curious what the prices were, because Whatnot's going to be there at a big booth too, and I was like curious what a table alone is like $500, just a single 6-foot table, nothing else. Like if you want more space, a single 6-foot table I think was like $500 some. So it's definitely some crazy prices. That's why they all up their prices when they're there.
I also feel like with the smaller shows too, you can almost enjoy the event a little bit more because you're not so overwhelmed. Like you can make the round of the main floor once and be like, all right, I saw everything. And then you can talk to people, you can mingle. Like big cons like New York Comic Con, like you're just so overwhelmed. You're like, wait, did I see that section? Did I check out that?
I know there's stuff I didn't even see at New York Comic Con. I didn't even get to. I was like, I passed by it probably 12 times, but didn't like turn the right corner at the right time to see that booth.
I want to go to. I definitely want to do the Niagara Con again with you, John. That one.
Yeah, we're definitely going to Niagara Falls Comic Con. We loved that. I mean,
when was that again?
I think it's in June. I want to say. Yeah, I think it's in June.
That sounds fun.
We loved it. It was like it was the feel of a small con, but it was mostly Funko, and that's what we loved mostly about it. I mean, it felt like every single booth was Funko Pops. So
you know what? You might have sold me there.
I will tell you this, 100% fact, and I know Joanna will back me up on this. There was more pops and sodas at Niagara Falls Comic Con than New York Comic Con, which was insane.
Yeah, I believe that. You know what? I was surprised how little there was. Not that there was a good amount, but I mean, I expected a lot more.
So Randy's mentioned that I did one a while back, and they haven't done it again. But one like comic book shop did it, and they didn't have a ton of Funko, so I think that's why they didn't mind doing like their back room they had. They let people set up, and it was like $40 or $50. The guy ended up just trading me. Like I just came over and like, here, I'll give you a couple of pops for my spot or something like that. It was like the time he tried it, so he was just more like just wanted to get something. But I think that's good to like see if shops are interested in doing that if they don't have a ton to do, or you can set up a small group of people, a pop swap, like a pop swap or pop meetup type thing or something like that. Those are a good event. It's usually people trying to sell their collection, sell their stuff, so they're willing to wheel and deal a little more too as well.
Good night, Evelyn. Happy New Year, Evelyn, and have a great night. Yeah, I see a few people signing off here, so we're gonna go around the horn here and start wrapping it up because I know some people have to get to bed. We have another big holiday weekend coming up. So, Jim, what do you got for us?
Well, we dropped a video today. Me and Little Rock did some Moon Knight and the new Ted Lasso sodas. So go check that out. She totally is destroying me lately in the video chase game. What else? I will have the Moon Knights and Ted Lassos for the auction on Sunday. Little Rock's stranded here. Her flight got canceled. She was supposed to leave yesterday, and her flight got canceled, and then now she leaves on Saturday, maybe. So she's still stranded here. So, which is a good thing for me. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And just another update on the designer toy. They're almost all painted. I just wanted to ship them all out at once so nobody felt left behind. So they will be going out in the next week or so, I think. So be on the lookout for that. I will be messaging everybody to get your final payment, and then we'll go from there. So
nice.
I'm looking forward to 2023. It was a crazy 2022 for me. So I'm good with it. Let's move on.
What about you, Vince?
We had a video today. Saturday's video, I'm not sure yet. I know we've got a couple of videos there's a couple crazy videos coming up, so make sure you stay tuned for those. We are going to do a small auction on Tuesday, 6 p.m. We got a small mystery box run, not a giant hit, but it's going to be very fun and relaxing. So come out and join us on that night. That's it. Happy New Year, everyone. You know what? I've had enough of 2022 as well. Let's get 2023 started off the right way, and hopefully everything goes great this year.
So I got a video that came out just about 8 o'clock or so tonight. So we had a video drop, some Mystery Grail boxes, the double boxes, and some other stuff we opened. And then we got Saturday, we got a Mystery Grail soda boxes to open as well too. So some fun stuff with those. And then next week, I got another Mystery Grail box to do. The big one. They had that big Friday.
Oh, you got one of those?
Yeah, what was it? The Christmas stocking stuffer one.
Yeah.
I had that in my car. I don't know why I didn't check out with it.
So I got one of those. We're gonna open that for next week's video, and then we have auction on Wednesday, and we're just doing like our 8:30 auction. We're gonna do a fun mystery box, so a fun kind of live mystery box style stuff. So good stuff with that.
Nice. Well, first off, guys, Happy New Year. I know I'm excited for 2023 as well. I feel like 2022 went by fast at times, and then other times painfully slow. So went through a lot of ups and downs this year. So definitely looking forward to a fresh start. I also want to say thank you guys, everybody in the chat. Thank you for all the support between our 4 channels. Our 4 channels all saw significant growth here in 2022, which was awesome. We got to do a lot of things for the very first time, where the 4 of us met up for the first time at New York Comic Con, which was awesome. Joanna and I got out of the house a little bit more after being, pretty much locked down like everybody else in 2020 and 2021. So that was awesome as well. But yeah, we're definitely looking forward to the new year. Tomorrow, we are going to be dropping our Toys for Tots video. We are getting in the process of getting that edited. We had $5,000, over $5,000 to spend. Thanks to everybody who helped us out over on Whatnot. We raised a tremendous amount of money, and we actually got to see it go to a very good cause. We made a drop off at Joanna's younger sister's school. If you guys know Isabel, she recently graduated from high school, so that was awesome. And it was really cool just being full circle and being able to do that. So you guys will be able to see that entire thing tomorrow. Saturday, I'm going to be ripping open a lot of 3-liter sodas. So I got the brand new Hulks, plus I have a couple Wampas and Maleficents that I've been saving for the next drop. So I'm going to be doing a giant 3-liter soda opening, which I'm super scared. I really hope I pull at least one chase. So outside of that, we're going to be dropping more videos next week, so stay tuned for that. Just want to say thank you to everybody for coming out tonight. We had over 150 people for a majority of the stream tonight, which was awesome. So you guys got anything else?
Nope.
No.
Let's go. I'm 50 away from 8K. Let's do
50
this.
away. Let's go. All right. Let's see.
We got to do it before the new year. So
Yeah,
I'm going to have to
gotta
come
do
up
it.
with some creative, give my car away or something tomorrow and see if we can get there.
If you guys aren't subscribed to all 4 of our channels, definitely make sure you are. Sometimes YouTube is a little funky. It might unsubscribe you by accident. So do us a favor, make sure you're subscribed, because we might be starting off the new year with a big celebration for Rock and Row hitting 8K, which would be awesome.
That'd be fun.
With that being said, guys, thank you so much. Have a happy, healthy, and safe New Year's.
Don't drink and drive. Do not drink and drive.
Don't drink and drive. Spend some time with family.
Drink and stay home.
Don't get hurt. So, as always, don't stop shooting until you score, and we'll see you in 2023.
Night, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Everyone.
Night.
Happy New Year.